look at all the explosive offensive teams right now. The Rams. I mean, this is the weirdest. I think the weirdest thing if you had told anybody that after a quarter of the season, the Rams would be the highest scoring team and the Patriots would be the worst defensive team. You know, that if you'd have better odds of that happening, or you had better odds of winning Powerball than of that happening, nobody would have believed you. And so to me, I think we see a lot of that every year, but I thought it was really, really interesting this weekend that Carolina went on the road and beat New England, that Buffalo went on the road and beat Atlanta, that the Rams went on the road and beat Dallas. And we're getting to the point now where, you know, I talked to Sean McVay last night. I think one of the things he feels like is this is the time of year where you really start getting to know teams. You know, where, okay, a lot of things have shaken out. You know what teams to be worried about. You know what teams are out of it, you know. But you kind of know after a quarter of the season what you're looking at. And that's why, to me, Rich, I totally agree with you on the Rams. You know, the Rams are really, really interesting, number one. And number two, everybody thinks of them as the 2016 Rams. And, oh, my God, but look at this. Their two most important offensive linemen came in the offseason, and John Sullivan at center and Andrew Whitworth at left tackle. Their three most important wide receivers came in the offseason in Kupp, Watkins, and Robert Woods. And the other thing that has happened, obviously the quarterback is being coached much differently than he was last year. But, you know, they have made Todd Gurley from, you know, they've turned him from Eddie George into Marshall Faulk. They really have, when you think about it. He no longer is just the blaster in the middle of the line. He's the guy who right now, at least in my opinion, is a guy who Sean McVay wants to turn into a guy who's the same kind of threat as Marshall Faulk.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on radio stations across the country and audience.
If you like that video, be sure to download our app, and I'll be sure to move Week 6 games to Saturday for that wedding you have to go to.